We are raised on a very simple diet of absolute truths. The light always belongs to the hero. They are the pure defenders of morality and order. But when the velvet curtain falls and the heroic anthems fade into silence, a jagged, uncomfortable question remains. What happens when the villains are the ones who are actually right? The shift from worshipping heroes to understanding villains isn't just a trendy entertainment trope. It's a philosophical revolution. Instead of baseless schemes of world domination, we are suddenly confronted with heavy, undeniable warnings about a rotting system. A system where fairness is swapped for favoritism, and human values are suffocated by the sheer complacency of the good guys. The villain's truth usually begins in the cracks that the hero intentionally ignores. Today, we are walking into that moral maze, a place where justice isn't a mathematical constant, but a grueling tug-of-war. Let us begin with the absolute, inescapable truths. The villains who aren't people at all, but rather forces of nature. Pitch Black, the boogeyman, understands that fear is a teacher. It is a biological warning system necessary for survival. The Guardians want a utopia of pure joy, but a world without fear is a world without defense. Light only matters because the dark exists to frame it. And then there is Death in Puss in Boots, the last wish. Death is not a political mastermind. He is the inevitable consequence of a life lived carelessly. Puss wasted 8 lives, mocking his own mortality. Death brings the ultimate truth. Life only has value because it ends. When the hero laughs in the face of death, he isn't being brave, he is being arrogant. It forces the hero to wake up. Death isn't something to be defeated, it's a reality to be integrated. If these primal forces force us to confront our mortality, other villains force us to face our own laziness and the rot of our modern world. Evelyn Deavor isn't just a schemer. She is a razor-sharp social critic. Her truth is a bucket of ice water to a complacent society. Humanity is replacing lived experience with simulated safety. We sit back, eat our chips, and wait for heroes to solve problems we are too lazy to face. Her father died because he called a superhero instead of walking to a panic room. She is right. Worshipping super beings makes us weak. And what about the things we do love? In the world of toys, Lotso and Stinky Pete are philosophers of the discarded. Lotso's truth is deeply unsettling. We are all just trash waiting to be thrown away. Society constantly craves the new and discards the old. Pete asks a terrifying question. Why accept the temporary, destructive love of a child just to be torn apart and forgotten, when you could have eternity in a museum? Their truth exposes our lack of commitment in modern relationships, where everything is valued by its temporary usefulness rather than its lasting bond. But here is their tragic flaw. Because they saw the cruelty of the world, they decided they had the right to be more cruel than the world itself. They turned their personal trauma into a religion of despair. But let's step away from the philosophical for a second. Let's look at the numbers, the rules, the heavy burden of sheer survival. Welcome to the realm of pragmatism, where the villain is just the only person in the room willing to face the naked reality the hero ignores. Take Chef Skinner from Ratatouille. We love Remy the Rat. But let's be real. Skinner isn't just a greedy chef. He is a professional manager trying to protect a 5-star culinary legacy from a massive health and safety violation. Imagine a real health inspector walking in to find a rodent piloting your head chef. That's not a fairy tale about natural talent. That's an immediate shutdown and a public relations nightmare. Skinner was right on principle, but he becomes the villain because society loves the romance of an exception more than the safety of the rule. Scale this up to an entire civilization. Mr. Waternoose in Monsters, Inc. wasn't born a killer. He's a CEO watching his city face a catastrophic energy crisis. His chilling line, that he would kidnap 1,000 children to save his company, is a gruesome utilitarian math equation. The heroes are busy bonding with one child, while the villain carries the crushing weight of millions of lives. We see this zenith of pragmatism in Miguel O'Hara, across the Spider-Verse. Miguel isn't acting on greed. He is acting on algorithms and the blood-soaked lessons of the past. To save trillions across the multiverse, he accepts that personal tragedies, canon events, must happen. Miles Morales wanting to save his dad is heroic on a personal level. But to Miguel, it's dangerously selfish. We hate these villains, yet we live off the stability they provide. They hold the truth no one wants to admit. The price of safety is often paid with dirty hands. This cold, utilitarian approach to the world inevitably creates the deepest tragedy of all: systemic betrayal. When the glowing halo of moral idealism fades, we start to see the fractures in the system the hero swore to protect. A system where fairness is a luxury reserved only for the chosen few. Look at Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda. He was the product of a brutal molding process. Master Shifu planted the seeds of destiny and greatness in his mind, from infancy, pushing him until his bones fractured. But when the deciding moment came, the system turned its back on him. The true injustice wasn't that Tai Lung was denied power. It was the cowardly silence of his father figure. He is the tragic protagonist of a universe where lifelong sacrifice is beaten by a cosmic joke. We see this elitism everywhere. In The Incredibles, Syndrome exposes a harsh truth about the monopoly of the elite. When Mr. Incredible rejected a young Buddy Pine, he was reinforcing an impenetrable class barrier between the genetically gifted and the ordinary. Syndrome's desire to democratize power was a desperate attempt to level the playing field. And then there's Silco from Arcane. Silco isn't just a crime lord. He is the accumulated wrath of centuries of oppression. Silco recognized a heartbreaking reality. Peace is often just a coward's compromise to maintain inequality. The shared betrayal is clear. The system creates its own villains by stripping them of love, recognition, or basic rights, and then uses their inevitable rebellion to justify suppressing them further. These villains are the torn pages of reality's script. They are moral checkpoints, exposing the cracks in the heroes, the hypocrisy of the mentors, and the rot of the systems we assume are untouchable. But acknowledging that the villain is right about the world does not mean we accept their right to do evil. That is the vital boundary. Their truth is a necessary alarm bell, but their violent execution is why they must fail. They become the very oppressors they once hated. Their defeat in the narrative is a necessary sacrifice to make way for a more humane solution. The hero's true journey isn't just about punching the bad guy. It's about waking up to the villain's truth and having the courage to find a third path, a way to fix the broken system without losing their humanity. We need the villains to keep us awake, but we need the heroes to show us how to change the world without burning it to the ground.